Look,
Yeah.
man, y'all know I used to be in the banking industry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, you know, I seen a lot of wild stuff, but the stuff that's been coming out with like Bank of America, people missing money.
Missing money.
Yes.
Let's go!
Bro, missing money from Bank of America clients, yo. Yes, it's stuff. It's a lot of crazy stuff going on. Zelle transfers not going through with Zelle and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And then I know personally at one of the banks I worked at, they had an issue where their whole online system went down for like a day or two. So people couldn't even go log into their online systems to transfer money out, to send money to where they needed to go. So like the question is, hearing all that stuff, and I don't know if y'all have any other personal experiences or anything, can we really trust the banking system though? Can you really trust the banking system? Like you gotta think about, people got their whole life savings in there.
Yeah.
You know, your bills and everything get paid out of that.
True.
All of that type of stuff, man. But what happens if the system go down? You know, people don't even know how to write checks no more. Like, for real. So it's like, yo, the banking system, and I'm really talking from a technological standpoint, but we can actually talk about the whole banking, the way the banking system is set up. Like, what do y'all think? Is it, can you really trust the system?
In my opinion is, it took me a while to get a bank account. It took me a while. I was like on my third job, and it was like, all right, direct deposit. You know what I'm saying? That's when it was like,
so niggerish.
It's cool.
It's different. It's different, man.
Hey, he had the shoebox. He had the shoebox.
Cool, bro. That
I still got the shoebox.
You know what I mean? The first account that I had was with Bank of America, and I didn't feel secure, and it was weird. But so to answer your question, no, I don't trust it, but I don't see an alternative either. So I don't know.
I got you. What you got, G?
You know, I'm like a semi-conspiracy theorist, you know. But maybe a little truth to it. I mean, you think it could ever coincide with we knowing that, I'm sorry, y'all. Coincide with
protein shake.
Yeah, you gotta
get my meals in, man. So
dedicated.
Exactly. So what's the name? We already know that America is like in tremendous debt, right?
Absolutely.
So do you think that trillions of debt? So of course, I think that banks coincide with the debt of America. Do you think that at some point the system's going down? Is not really they're going down. Maybe they don't have the money, so they just can't give out the money.
Oh my God.
Do that? It's like a street. I'm not conspiracy
now, mind you.
4, 3, 2. Yeah, go and chill. Yeah. I think I'm watching this video, man. You ain't subscribed yet? Man, you got about 5 more seconds to go and subscribe. I'm finna up for this person right here, man. Hey, subscribe to this channel, man. We got work to do. All right, let's get back to it.
I haven't dug deep into this or anything like that. But that's the first thing I thought about.
Okay, all right. I thought I was going crazy. I was like, maybe that.
You gotta think about these is multi-million, billion-dollar industries,
right?
Yeah.
For stuff like this to be happening, like I said, this theories. This not like, you know, this all assumption. These is not stating that these are facts or attacking any of these banks or anything like that. So don't come after us. Yeah. We're not spreading out any negligence or anything like that. We just talking, all right? Right. To make sure we put that disclaimer out
always
there.
In the description.
Always. But to me, man, it seems like they're doing test runs to see, like, yo, how mad would people get if they couldn't get access to their money right then? You know what I'm saying?
That's like thinking too, yeah.
Like, yo, like, okay, let's throw it out there, because like I said, at one of the banks I worked at, their whole online system went down for like a whole day. It was like a whole day, and it was like issues with payments and all of that type of stuff. Man, they had to refund a lot of money back for overdraft fees and all of that type of stuff. But I was just, to me, kind of like what G was saying, it's like, it seemed like it's a little test because we are in severe debt. We in hyperinflation right now.
Mm-hmm.
It just seemed for the more technology, because it's either two things. Either they shut it down on purpose to try to do a test run, or it could be a hack and they just don't want to say it's a hack.
They never admit to
You know what I'm saying? Like,
No.
it could possibly be a hack, and think about how much trust will be lost for a bank if they admit their system got hacked and got to people money.
That's what I'm saying. They ain't gonna never admit to shit.
They couldn't admit to it, so it's like it's one of those two things, and that's why when we did the war one, when we talked about the war, I was like, yo, it's always good to have a little cash set aside. Like, I know it seems like we don't need it now and everything like that. Now, if the banking system failed,
I need.
well, physical cash.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Yeah, physical cash. Yeah, like Trey said, had a little shoebox or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Put the rubber band around to make yourself feel good, all of that good stuff. But it's always good to have that physical cash. But I will say, if the banking system does go down, then the economy is in severe trouble. Yo, we're gonna take a quick break. We'll be right back with y'all in a second.
Shine.
Get your shine on.
Get your shine on, shout it.
Yeah. So, hey, I put this on. I put it on everywhere. Booty cheeks, kneecaps, underarms. I got the vanilla right here. Usually, hey, I got the lavender one. It helped me sleep good. Cause I be sleeping like this, and I can smell it off my hands. I'm trying to tell you, feeling good. Y'all better rock with this.
Right.
It's that vanilla. Yeah.
Listen, man, we ain't being ashy no more. Hygiene.
Yeah.
Hygiene is important. You need to get your shine. It's hydrating. It's light. It lasts all day. You don't got to use a lot, and it's good from face to foot.
Historically, I don't really use lotion or nothing like that because I'm like in a hybrid, light skin, in between dark skin motherfuckers. Coming back from vacation, I'm a little sunburnt. So I needed something to get my skin back right because I'm feeling like a reptile right now. So I'm gonna get this baby going on when I get home.
Oh, hey look, you gotta shine on, everybody. Hey look, I got like 4 cases. I got a bunch of cases. And I got the big jar too. That's old school. Y'all don't even know about that. He don't even got those no more. But look, I'm telling y'all, this shine is amazing. Help with eczema, clear your skin up, all of that great stuff. So you don't want to miss out on this shine, man. Make sure y'all go get y'all a bottle of this.
All natural ingredients.
Absolutely.
Yep. Where they can find it?
So you can find this at shinecareproducts.com. Let them know that we sent you. Use the code FMF20, get you a discount.
Got to.
All right, y'all. So we back. You see the setup is a little bit different, but we got a special guest right here.
Yeah.
We got our man Jason came through, man. He overheard what we was talking about. He wanted to share a little bit of information, but first, go ahead and introduce yourself, Jason.
How's everybody doing? Jason. I have a little bit of background in the bank. I used to work for Merrill Lynch for a few years as a financial advisor. So just here, happy to be here with these guys. Having them have me on the show. That's it.
All right, man. All right. So it's funny. I was in the banking industry. We got another person in the banking industry talking about should you trust the banking system.
We in the banking industry.
Yeah. And look, exactly. We are the system, right? We the system. But so Jason, what we was talking about before is situation with Bank of America. They had some issues where people were claiming money was missing from out their accounts just randomly, or they didn't have access to their accounts. Zelle was having issues where transfers wasn't going through or was missing. It was a lot of weird stuff just from the start of this year, and it got me thinking about like, yo, can we really trust the banking system? And then if it is any issues with the banking system, I guess like what are some steps maybe people could do to kind of shield themselves from the issues from the banking system?
That's a great question. So for me, having used to work for Bank of America, because Merrill Lynch was owned by Bank of America, I would say all of your big banks deal with the Federal Reserve, which the Federal Reserve is a private entity. As, I don't know if everybody knows that, but it is. And so I would say one way to help yourself is probably, one, deal with the credit union. They're under different regulations than your major banks. Your major banks all play in the same pool. You know, once you start studying these things, you know, they all play in the same pool. So I would say credit unions or smaller banks, and start investing in some other commodities that can be transferred that way.
Absolutely.
So those would be my few things that I would say if you wanted to spread it. Also, understand that, like, even when you're talking about, and it just depends, this is definitely dealing with people with larger amounts of money, but there is, each bank is insured by the FDIC to a certain point. So I think it's 250,000. It was when I was in. And so, you know, spreading your assets across different institutions will give you a little bit more coverage because it's up to $250,000.
Yo, what's good, everybody? It's the FMF mob right here.
Yes,
we got
sir.
the finance, we got the mindset, we got the fitness, and we want to shout out the lab. This space is owned by James, and this guy, man, he opened up this spot to us. It's an amazing place, man. It got exposed brick. You can kind of look in there and see a little bit. Got the DJ equipment, everything you need to get your photograph needs, podcast, anything you can think of, man.
Big parties in the zone too.
Oh yeah, they do the
Vendor
parties too.
spot,
Yeah.
recreational
All
type
of it.
spot. It's a great location right here in Richmond, in the Churchill area, for you to be able to come together, put your parties, assemble all that type of good stuff together, and just come and check it out. Plus, it's black owned.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Black
Yes.
owned. So support your people. We definitely, FMF, support the lab. We love the lab.
Yes.
All right, y'all take care.
So that's the max. Doesn't mean that they have to necessarily give that to you if something happens in the bank. So I would say, yeah, spread it out if you can, and definitely deal with some of your credit unions. They also have some advantages as far as interest rates and stuff like that. The bigger banks generally don't give. So
Give out more loans.
Yeah.
Better chance of loans and all of that type of stuff.
yeah, you can build more of a personal relationship with those places than you can obviously at a bigger institution. So and we know that. Just so we know, in terms of us, these banks have had histories of treating us a certain particular type of way.
Redlining.
And this is not speculation. It's lawsuits. You can look it up. Lawsuits with Bank of America, SunTrust, other banks that were with mortgages and predatory lending and different things like that. So just spread yourself out a little bit. Don't just go all of one.
So do you think that we were talking before the break that think maybe it's like conspiracy kind of thing where they said, of course, Bank of America, he said they couldn't pay us our money. So some people, some money, it was a glitch or something like that, couldn't get their money within like a couple weeks or 3, something like that.
No, I don't know how long it was.
But it was a time frame. They didn't get their money. My theory, or both our theory, was maybe because America's in so much debt. Do you think that it trickles down to the banks where they probably couldn't give the people their money because maybe they ain't have the money? Or do you think that it really is a glitch and something wrong with the computer?
And it's all speculation.
This is all speculation.
It's all speculation.
But I would say, I would give this tidbit, not to go too deep in the weeds, but just on how the banking system works. So these big banks, they have a certain amount, a fraction amount of what they have in deposit they have to have with the Federal Reserve. Okay. So what happens is other banks will bail each other out in terms of they will give them the money they need to have them reserved for a certain time frame.
Right.
So, I mean, just understanding that they don't keep all of your money in those banks at all times. So just know they're only required to keep a portion of it. They loan out a good portion of it. And even that, they fall short on, and the other bigger banks will bail each other out, and so that they make sure they meet those requirements by the Federal Reserve.
Like the mafia.
So just that's why I said Federal Reserve is a private entity. All these banks are private, so they work to help each other out. And so there's it could be very possible that they didn't have a certain amount of money on them. And if another bank can't help them out, then that is what it is.
And I heard, like I said, we kind of came up with this spare of the moment, but I heard that the Fed was actually meeting in regards to the FDIC insurance, which he was talking about how much money they can insure you up to, where if something was to happen, they'll pay you the money back. I don't know what the conversation was about.
Right.
I just know there was a conversation and there was talks about it. I didn't get a chance to do my research into it, but when they start meeting about these insurance for your money in these big institutions, you might want to pay attention. You might want to pay attention and see what's coming down the road. But,
So, do we trust the banking system?
We have to.
That's what
That's
I
for
would
sure.
say.
I'm not having a choice.
I mean,
Are you still here? You ain't subscribed yet? Hit that button, my man. Hit that button to subscribe.
I was really when you put a question, I was really seriously thinking about a different way that I can. But you can keep your money together, but then it'll come to a point where you want to buy a house, but you got to show that you have some kind of funding. Then you may have to start this kind of business. They want to show the kind of funding, so they'll have to see some type of paper line for you. It's like they box you in to make you use banking. I mean, you can still do it. I mean, not to say it's impossible. I think you probably live without a bank account.
Private lending and stuff.
Yeah,
like that.
you can, but for the majority of us, I mean, there's no way that you can't have a bank account because you'll need some kind of trail and there's credit and everything that lumps in. It's just how it is. It just can't go in there. But I need to get a loan. Well, first thing they ask you, bank account, boom, this. You like, bro, I ain't got no bank account. You just gonna tell me you got the money? So, how am I gonna trust you? I mean, just I got it. They gonna be like, no, you do not. So it all plays into one. I don't think you can get around it. I mean,
I agree with that.
I don't know how I can get around it.
I agree with that. If our banking system does happen to fail, then we in major trouble.
Very true.
Because it's no backup. Maybe we got to talk about digital currency. I think at some point that's going to be like a real thing that starts to get pushed and everything.
Eventually,
I think it's already here because
it's coming.
Even with all our spending, we're not spending actual cash. We just trade the numbers. You know what I mean? Like, do you have this number attached to your account? And it's just a game with them. You know what I mean? Like, so I see it as already digital because they ain't making no physical transactions.
Yeah.
So.
And I'm already, I mean, I saw one of the sneaker joints. I tried to buy some sneakers. At the end, it said cash, Remo, PayPal, and then it said Bitcoin. They already started putting it in our checkouts online. So I mean, it's coming.
It's coming, man.
It's slowly coming.
I hope y'all taking a look at it. It's fluctuating a lot right now, the crypto industry, but it is something, man. Y'all make sure y'all do y'all research and take a look at. That's something I'm looking into a lot. Not financial advice, but
more to come.
Something to look into because we got to kind of start adapting to the new times. Everything that we starting to see is going technology based. They're trying to cut back on printing more money. They're trying to cut back on a lot of these things, and it seems like the easiest way is to adopt some form of digital currency.
Right.
So we'll see, man. But does anybody else have anything they want to add on to this topic before we kind of wrap it up, man?
I don't want to wrap it up. I want y'all to put it in the comments what y'all think. Should we trust it? Do you trust the banking system? Is there an alternative? And any other info that you may have towards this topic, just let us know. Put it in the comments.
Absolutely, man. Hey, shout out to Jason. He gave y'all a lot of tips.
Yes, sir.
For everything, man, and giving y'all a little background on how the background of the banking system work, and that was really good information showing the flow of everything. So, with that being said, man, that's it for this episode. Y'all take care. Peace.